Christmas time, and you have to think Jingle Bells when you think of Christmas, don't you? So today's card utilizes a couple of the different sized embossing folders, so I want to show you the differences between how to use those. We're going to show you the other items that we'll be using in today's card. Here is the Jingle Bells die. I'm using this edge here from the Lavish Swirls diagonal around one of my centerpieces. And the two different size folders. I have the scored lines from the textures range, and this is an 8x8 folder, as well as the Frosty Swirls, which is an A4 sized folder. So I've already gone ahead and done one of the embossing that I need to do. I'm using the scored lines twice. So I've done the larger size, but I'm going to do it again in a smaller size. So here we have the scored lines folder. And as you can see, the lines radiate out from the center. So when you put your cardstock in there, you want to center that so that all of the lines are radiating outward evenly. So let's just take a second here and try and get all of our edges nice and even. That looks pretty good like that. Now the sandwich for this is your base plate, your folder with the card in it, the tan mat, and the white Creative Expressions adapter plate. Because this is a smaller folder, this is the sandwich you need to use for it. I'm going to run it through the grand caliber. Now if you use any other type of die cutting machine, then you can look on the Creative Expressions website for the sandwich for that. Okay, set these off to the side. And I'll go ahead and put this into place on the backing piece that I've done. And I'm going to use some double-sided tape. Now, because the way this design is, it radiates outward from the center, so you might get a little bit of waviness. So I always recommend going all the way around the edge with your double-sided tape or glue. Get all four sides, and that'll help keep that nice and flat, as well as a big piece of tape or glue across the center on that X. Okay, let's see if we've got this on here. There we go. And then push outward, and that should get all of your little areas down nicely. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this piece into the center of this, and we'll build that up around our background. Got a bit of mounting foam on here. Okay. Center that right in the middle. There we go. So it's nice. You get a nice line with the edges of all those going out in the same area. Set that aside for the moment. So I'm going to work towards the center. And I've got a piece of black card that we're going to be using with the Frosty Swirls embossing folder. Bring that in here. And this is a random design through here, so you can put this anywhere you like. And you can just lay it about and catch whatever areas of the swirls you like. It doesn't even have to be straight. But because it is an A4 size folder, the sandwich is different. It's the gray base plate, the folder and the card, and just the raspberry adapter plate. There's no tan mat with this one. There we go. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I've gone ahead and cut several of the edges from the Lavish Swirls diagonal. And because the die doesn't have a back cutting edge, you can create this border however large you like. So one of the things that I think is nice to do is just edge your little pieces with a little bit of that showing upward. So I'm going to show just a few of these. I've got one prepared ahead of time. But you can pop this onto the back and just tape it into place. So it's just peeking off the edge here, like that. And you can work all the way around until you have a piece that looks like this. And I think that just creates a really nice little frame for your piece. So I'm going to go ahead and center that. And I've put some mounting foam on the back already. And we're just going to build up our center section. That looks pretty good. Like that. Okay, so we're getting there. Now, the next thing I've done is I've cut the Jingle Bells die twice, and I've glued them back to back to give it a little bit dimension to it. And I've gone ahead and cut another one with the black card. So what I'm going to do with this one is use the Enchanted Gold Gilding Wax on the bells. Just put a little bit on your finger, rub it onto the bell, and you can see how it turns it instantly to look like it's metal. Isn't that pretty? Really nice. There we go. Let me wipe that off my finger. And take a kitchen roll or whatnot, and you can just give a light buff for that. And it brings that shine up on that gilding wax really, really nicely. Okay, so the next thing I've done is I've just taken these and I've cut them out, all three of them. And I've just slit the top of that little ring there. So what I'm going to do is use a little bit of glue on the back here. And I'm going to pop it in place over the original bells. And because I've cut that top part, I can make it look like it's actually hanging on the swirls. Just give it a second. Layer that up. There we go. There's one. Do the second one here. And I'm just going to take that little top piece, hook it right over and into place. A little bit of fiddling, but we'll get there. There we go. And then the last one. We'll have to switch to another method here. There we go, right around there. Glue that into place. So you can see they all look like they're hanging on the original swirls from the Jingle Bells now. Now I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back here. Just hit some of the strategic larger areas with the glue dots to hold it down nicely. There we go. Bring our card back over. I'm going to center that right in the middle of our embossed background. And that really does add a bit of dimension to your card. And I love the way those bells look like they're metallic now. Isn't that pretty? Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. We have so many more for you to see on our Creative Expressions YouTube channel, so I hope you'll join us there.